Episode 10. The Heavenly Rebellion. The Gods Clash with the Monkey King. Beneath a sky filled with swirling banners and glinting weapons, the Monkey King's loyal forces, 4 generals and the 72 demon kings, were engaged in vigorous training drills. Hearing a familiar voice cry out, "My soldiers, I have returned." Hearing this, the demons rejoiced. A feast of coconut wine was quickly prepared, but after just one sip, the Monkey King grimaced and spat it out. "This is terrible," he declared. 2 of the demons spoke up. "Great sage, after tasting the celestial wine of heaven, our humble coconut brew must seem unworthy. But, as the saying goes, no water is sweeter than that of one's homeland." The Monkey King laughed. "You're right. Family and friends are best when they're from home." While I was at the Peach Festival, I noticed the heavenly hall was filled with bottles of divine nectar that none of you have ever tasted. I'll return there and steal some more so you can all share in its immortality. Excited by the prospect, the Monkey King leapt back into the skies, invisibly sneaking into the Queen Mother's banquet hall, where the celestial servants were still fast asleep. He grabbed 4 large jars of nectar and returned triumphantly to his mountain. There, a grand feast was held for his demon followers, who joyfully drank the stolen nectar. Meanwhile, the 7 celestial maidens, who had been frozen by the Monkey King's magic during his earlier theft, finally broke free from the spell after a full day. They returned to the Queen Mother, reporting, "The great sage used magic to trap us and ate the peaches. We barely managed to gather a few baskets of the smaller fruits, but the largest peaches were all gone, stolen by him." The Queen Mother, enraged, immediately informed the Jade Emperor, who was soon besieged by complaints. The celestial winemakers reported the theft of their finest elixirs and divine delicacies, and Laozi himself announced, "My 9-turn elixirs, meant for the great alchemy banquet, have been stolen by that rogue." As the reports mounted, the Jade Emperor grew more and more furious. He summoned the 4 heavenly kings and Neja, ordering them to lead an army of 100,000 celestial soldiers to the earth. Their mission: surround Flower Fruit Mountain and capture the rebellious Monkey King. The mighty army descended from heaven, darkening the skies with dust and fire, their banners fluttering like storm clouds. On the battlefield, the stars themselves took form: the 28 lunar mansions, the 9 stars, and the mighty gods of the 5 peaks gathered for war. As the forces encircled Flower Fruit Mountain, the demons inside began to panic. Rushing to the Monkey King, they cried, "Great sage, disaster is upon us. 9 terrible celestial beings have arrived to capture you." But the Monkey King, deep in a celebratory feast with his generals and demon kings, was unbothered. "Let them be," he said with a laugh. "We have wine today, so let us drink. Why should we worry about the troubles outside?" However, when word came that the enemy had broken through the gates, the Monkey King's eyes flashed with anger. "How dare these gods challenge me in my own domain?" Armed with his magic staff, he rushed to the battlefield, brushing aside his enemies with a single sweep. The celestial generals, despite their divine powers, were no match for the fearless Monkey King. Taunting his opponents, the Monkey King roared, "Yes, I stole the peaches, the wine, and the elixirs. What will you do about it?" Infuriated, the gods launched their full assault. But the Monkey King fought them all off, sending the 9 stars retreating in defeat. The Monkey King's victory was short-lived, however. The 4 heavenly kings regrouped, supported by the 28 lunar mansions and a host of celestial warriors. Despite the relentless onslaught, the Monkey King stood his ground, wielding his mighty staff with unparalleled strength. As the battle raged on until sunset, the Monkey King's forces began to dwindle. Many of his demon allies were captured, leaving only a few to retreat into the safety of the Water Curtain Cave. Yet, even in the face of overwhelming odds, the Monkey King remained undaunted, retreating only to plan his next move. The Celestial Army, having failed to capture the Great Sage, set up camp around the mountain, ready to resume the battle at dawn. But the Monkey King, unshaken, prepared for the coming day, vowing to unleash his full power upon the gods when the sun rose again.